What's going on, everyone? It's JBH here, and welcome back to another video. And today, guys, I have some very exciting course announcement and news to share, but I'm super excited to say about this video. So guys, I have gone to Universal's newest park, Epic Universe. It's such an amazing park. You know, it's insane. It seriously is so cool with of course, all the different lands you can experience, between like the food, the merch, the characters, like everything. It's just like, I think it's on another level. I just feel like it's definitely on another level compared to other parks, and it's just really great. So of course, right now, of course, Universal Orlando team members, of course, they're in the midst of course, previews, and of course, family and friends previews. So of course, I got to go. So I was just really exciting to finally got to get a chance to see it. You know, of course, during this whole phase, of course, Universal, of course, there is no, of course, photography, videography as well. No drone usage, like nothing. You cannot be on your phone whatsoever, and they're really strict about it. So if you of course do go, it's like during that period, just make sure you do not take any pictures or anything, or you will get removed from the park. So that's why, of course, I haven't, of course, been posting anything. I don't want to, because I eventually, like, once Universal does allow, of course, you can take photos and videos and everything at a later date once the park officially opens, which is of course on May 22nd. And hopefully I'll share some more stuff with everyone. But today I wanted to just share some of my thoughts and opinions on, of course, everything, what I thought of everything. So hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get going. Alright, but let's go into it. So like I said, I want to first, of course, I want to talk about, of course, the main entrance of the park. So of course the Chronos. I think it's really nice. It's just really epic. Like I said, that's probably the great word to use, probably, for a lot of this stuff that of course I've seen. And it's just really, you know, built well. Everything, like I said, the architecture behind like everything is just really just well done. And I just love like this celestial type theming with everything. It's just really good how it just blends in well with everything, and the park is just simply beautiful. But of course, the main entrance, of course, is what the first world. Of course, you'll go through that first Chronos, of course, that first gate, and of course, it will of course be Celestial Park will be the first park that you'll, of course, area that you'll go to, and it's, of course, it's really massive. Like, it's like basically the center of Epic Universe is, of course, Celestial Park. And of course there's lots, of course, food, stores and restaurants, and of course there's also, of course, there's the Helios Hotel, which is at the very back of the park. Of course, that has this big, huge, you know, fountain back there as well that they have. That they haven't really said like about what's going to happen, but I know that Universal has been testing fireworks. So I'm thinking that there's going to be a nighttime show that will feature, I think, fireworks and some sort of those fountains with it, and maybe there will be a fountain show during the day, similar to the like Las Vegas. I know Las Vegas like has like a fountain type show. I have a feeling something like that might happen, of course, later on. But yeah. But I'm going to first talk about, of course, the first land, of course, which is Super Nintendo World. Now, to me, this land kind of really probably my most favorite land, because of, you know, growing up, a lot of us, you know, grew up with Mario, and we played all the games and everything. So I said, to me, like, I felt like this land was a dream for me, just because seeing, you know, playing the games and now literally living in the world, and it's just, you know, so colorful. This land is so colorful, so many colors. It's just so cool. Like, of course, that you can be able to play like games. You know, they have the power-up band. Speaking of that, I did get a power-up band, so you can, you know, hit the coin block, and of course the question blocks, all the blocks, you know, and play games throughout. And then, of course, the attractions are really cool as well. Of course, I did get to do all three Let's talk about. I guess I'll first talk about the first one I did, which I did, of course, is the Donkey Kong Minecart Madness, which is little. That's little. That ride was literally insane. It's just amazing how how that attraction works and how it literally looks like you're jumping the rails, in between. I will say that it is a little bit jerky. I will say that, so keep that in mind. It's not terrible, like terrible jerky, not like Space Mountain jerky. If you've ever been to Space Mountain, like that's the only thing why I'm not a big too fan of Space Mountain, because it's just too jerky. But if you do sit in, of course, the back of Minecart Madness, it will whip you around a little bit more. I'll have to try a back row. That's just what I heard from various other people that I've heard. That's what they said. I did sit in, of course, the front car, but I still had fun. Don't get me wrong; like it was still really fun and everything. It's definitely really good. That'll definitely be attraction. Of course, definitely that will be definitely popular as well. Now, next, let's talk about, of course, the Mario Kart, the Bowser's Challenge. That I loved, actually. That was really cool to finally just the environments of that ride, like seeing you basically, it's just real cool how that ride, just how it functions, because you do have, of course, that Mario cap that you wear, and then of course when you get on the ride, it's like an AR or thing that you put on over top, and it's like an augmented reality, excuse me, when you go out throughout the ride. But literally just the environments of that ride are just like literally insane. Like you can just how well it's done. Like I think that ride, it's even a ride to even enjoy if you don't have the augmented reality. Like I said, I think it's just really cool. And then of course, like you're playing Mario Kart as you're doing that, because you want to collect, of course, as many coins as you can, to get a high score, of course, at the end. But that's definitely probably my favorite probably attraction out of the three. And of course, the last one I'll get to is, of course, the Yoshi's. It's just a little ride throughout, and you have to find, of course, all different of the Yoshi's eggs throughout. Like that ride, I said I probably will not wait probably long for that ride, just because it is a little short, and I probably won't wait. Like I would say only maybe half hour at the max for that ride, just because I don't think it's worth waiting almost an hour for. Just because it's so short. But there's a lot of stuff to see inside. Like all these queues, there's so much to see inside, which is so great. Alrighty, everyone. So next we'll talk about, of course, Dark Universe. So this is another one of my favorite lands. Now, of course, I have not seen the park, of course, at night yet. But this is probably when definitely Dark Universe will really come alive at night. But I'm going to talk about basically, of course. I'll do the first thing I actually did when going to Epic was, of course, the Curse of the Werewolf roller coaster. That was actually a pretty fun roller coaster. Definitely kind of reminds me of Cobra's Curse over at Busch Gardens, Tampa, when I went over there, and I was really impressed by that ride because how well that moved with rotating seats. This does the same thing, so you don't know which way you're going to go, forward or backward, because the cars, spin every which way. But I think it's a really good fun ride. It's definitely really fun. It's a good family ride, I would say, as well. Has some good moments of a little bit of airtime. Of course, has a couple launches in it as well. But it's a good, family ride. But yeah, that was kind of really nice. Love the theming to it. When you walk in the actual queue, you'll see, of course, all like kind of gives you that little bit of like the gypsy theme, kind of in a way, but they're like werewolf hunters, so that was really cool to see that as well. But next we'll get into the other attraction, of course, at Frankenstein Manor, of course, Monsters Unchained. This probably attraction is probably literally the best attraction at Epic Universe, in just my opinion. It's literally my most favorite ride, just because how well, I can't wait to see it at its full potential. But because during all these previews, I'm just wanting to know that things can happen with downtime and everything, and delays and everything. But this ride literally is insane, because how well all these animatronics, all the special effects and everything, how it all blends and works together. And I was really excited on this ride as well, because there are two characters that I absolutely love that made it into that ride. I'm not going to say who, but if you know, if you've been on it, then you know. But I just don't want to spoil it for anyone. But I just that attraction is just literally, it's so good, it's insane. But I will tell you that this, if you of course have been on, of course, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, it is the same type of ride system with, of course, you know, that pendulum hand thing, like kind of, it goes all over. So then you kind of know what the ride will be, but it's better than Forbidden Journey. I feel like this ride uses less screens than Harry Potter Forbidden Journey. I mean, the screens are cool, but I just feel like here they have screens, animatronics as well. So I just think there's a better blend with everything together. So it just looks really cool. And like I said, I just think it's definitely better than Forbidden Journey. But I'll, of course, also talk about even the overall area, you know, is just really cool. Seeing, of course, all the some of the characters were out. I got to see, of course, you know, Bride of Frankenstein, she was out. I knew Frankenstein's monster, he came out a little bit later. Igor's there, of course. We have Invisible Man is there. So it was, of course, to see all them as well. So it was nice, great photo ops as well. And I would say also, like, the store is really cool. They have the monster makeup. It's where you can transform into a monster. I know they had that at Five and Dime at Universal Studios for a little bit, but then they took it away. And I wonder if that's why they kept it, because they wanted for, of course, Epic Universe and Dark Universe, probably. All right, next we're going to talk about the Ministry of Magic area. This area, of course, this is, of course, you know, Paris, France, like the 1900s, I believe, like early 1900s is what I think is what they said it is. This is kind of like, at first glance, you know, I think this kind of reminded me a little bit of Epcot, but with like wands and magic. But I think it is better on a scale, because how it all looks, you know, how the buildings look, how overall it just looks all together as a whole. And then of course, I did not go on Battle of course, the Ministry of Magic, Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry, because that ride has still been down. They're still working on it. Now, I will say this: I did get to see the queue, and let me tell you, that queue is just insane. It is to scale. There is so much to look at, and that queue is very long. I got to walk the queue and really take your time and really admire, of course, all of that queue, because there's so much. You'll probably see something different every time, but it's literally insane. But I can't wait to go on that ride eventually at a later time. But yeah. But mostly, like I said, I just mostly walked around the area. I did eat at, of course, the one cafe there. And let me tell you, the food at the cafe is one of the cafes. Like I said, it's like the fancy one. There's like two places to eat. And let me tell you, the food presentation was incredible. Just like even that was incredible, how it was like prepared, and it just looked really delicious. I had like a chicken, and that chicken was really cooked really well. It was like a chicken. I had like green beans, and I had like potatoes. They were just really well. Really, it was a good meal. I felt like I was eating at it was very, I call it foo-foo, you know, very fancy, like, you know. But it was really good. It was really good. And team members did a great job. What they were doing, like the servers and everyone there, all the cooks and everything, they just did a great job. You know, all team members did a great job, all places. But that's what I did there. I got to Costco. They have, of course, a wand. They have a couple shops there, kind of similar to like Diagon Alley, Hogsmeade. There's a lot of shops, a lot of course places to eat. Of course, you have some sweet shops. Of course, they have a different, you know, fancier wands. They have some fancier wands over there. So you have to check out, of course, the wand store. I think it's called Cosmic. It's something with a C. It's like, I probably don't remember on the top of my head, but it's very fancy. Even though, like, the store, like the boxes are different and everything. Like even the bag you get, it seemed like the bag you get. Let's just say this looks like some Michael Kors slash Gucci, type, thing, and I like, just that's what it reminds me of this, but for Harry Potter wands, which is crazy. But yeah, it's a really cool area. Of course, they had team members out there, of course, helping with, of course, the places where to cast the spells. Just like over at the other parks, they have team members that help, of course, how, helps everyone in case you need help with casting your spells, and they show you, of course, help them where they're at and everything. So that was great to see that in that area. It's just a really cool area. It's like, that will definitely be, of course, another busy area because even at the other two parks at Diagon Alley and, of course, Hogsmeade, Hogwarts, those areas are always so busy. And I just feel like this is another area that's definitely going to be busy, just as busy as well when Epic Universe opens. Alrighty, and then next I'm going to talk about Berk. Of course, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk. So this is really cool, to finally, there's so much dragons everywhere. Literally, this is kind of one of the biggest lands out of the areas you can go to. One of the biggest worlds, and it is really so cool to see, Berk finally coming, because I really do love these movies. And of course, the biggest thing was finally getting to see Toothless. Of course, he's so cute. You definitely got to do that meet and greet because it's definitely worth it. But the only attraction I did in there was Hiccup's Wind Gliders. And of course, that's the roller coaster that they have. Like, this roller coaster is so fun. It's a great family roller coaster. I said this is going to basically be the Hagrids of the park. Just like, of course, at Islands of Adventure in Hogsmeade, Hagrid's is always so busy, so popular, and it's just going to be just as busy. I have a feeling, like, because it's just a really good family ride, and there's stuff to do throughout. Of course, there's so many. It's like one of those storytelling roller coasters, I always call it. So that's really cool as well. So definitely, yeah, make sure you hit on that. There's another 2 attractions that, of course, they have. Of course, it's the one that goes around. I forget the name of it, but it just goes around and you spin and you can spin. It's like, I haven't done that. I'm not too sure if I'll do that because that just looked like a spin and puke ride. So I don't know if I'll be doing that one because I'm not a too big fan of spinny type rides. So that's why I have not done that one. And then the other one was Fire Drill. Remember that one? That one you will get soaked on. You will get wet. It's like a water type ride. That's definitely going to be busy. Definitely on a hot summer day. Definitely during the course of the Florida heat of summer. So that will definitely be worth to go on. It was down when I went, so I didn't get to go on that yet. But probably will go on that. I'll probably go on it eventually once it's more of a warmer day. But that was really fun. Just to see it. It looks really big to scale. As of course, it's just like a boat ride, and there's so many it just looks like you're going to get soaked on that ride. Alrighty, so now I want to talk about, of course, some of the food that I did eat when I was at Epic. So like I said, I did eat at Toadstool Cafe at Mario, and of course I had the Mario burger, which is really good. Of course, it's like a burger. Of course, has mushrooms on it as well. It has fries as well. It does actually also. I got the toad garlic knots. They were really good as well. They were just really, like, it was very doughy, but it was excellent. Like I said, all this food that I had, it's like on a new level, and I just think it's so much better as well. All right, and then of course, let's see what else I had. Okay, so what else I did eat at Das Steakhouse at Dark Universe. I did go and I had of course the chicken sandwich. It's like on a black bun, of course, and then of course it has marinara sauce on it. It has like a special sauce. It has pickles. I think it had coleslaw on it, but and of course comes with fries. And that was excellent. I thought the burger, it was just like a food coloring, but the chicken was excellent. It was really good and cooked well. And of course, the sauce, it looked like, I think it was ketchup, but the ketchup, it was like a warm type, red sauce, kind of reminded me like a bloody sauce. So, which was really cool, and that was really good. I did actually go into the Burning Tavern. I did go in there. They had, of course, all alcoholic drinks in there. I did try an alcoholic beverage in there. That was really good. It was really strong, let me tell you. But it was really good. The drinks were really, really good in there. It was so nice, of course, to see, how everything it's kind of like I said, it kind of reminded me of like, going to dock on, the Olga's Cantina, but now it's like, now it's like, a Monster Hunter, bar. That's what it, is what the feeling of it felt like. But they do have like light food there as well, but mostly it's drinks and a nice little bar inside when you go there. So definitely check that out when you go to Dark Universe. Of course, yes, like I just said, I did eat at Harry Potter area. Like I said, I ate at that cafe. Like I did say, that was just really well good. Even that food was excellent as well. I did eat at one of the quick service places that was outside in Celestial Park. It was like a tavern. It was not a tavern. It was a kind of like a brewery as well. That food. It's like this was a quick service. Like I couldn't believe like this was like theme park food. Like that's how crazy it was. But like I said, of course, they had some meat. It was like a pork. It was like pulled pork. It was like a brisket. That food was really excellent too. Like that was delicious. Like I would definitely go there again. The only place I did not eat at yet was, of course, Isle of Burke yet, but I heard they have great food there at like the hall there, that big hall. They also have like rice bowls there. I heard they're really good as well. So we'll have to eventually have to eat there, of course, next. But next, I want to talk about some of the entertainment that they have offerings. Of course, they have the Untrainable Dragon show at Isle of Burke, which is, of course, from Beijing. That show, I can't believe, like, we have here. Like, for a theme park to have that show is just mind-blowing. Because that show is just literally insane and crazy. How you're seeing, like, dragons literally fly right in front of you, up in the air, like, above your head and everything. Like, that show is just fantastic. And that's a, great addition. That's like amazing entertainment to have. Of course, the circus show at the Ministry of Magic area and the Harry Potter area. That show is actually really cool. It's really special, really neat. Like I said, I don't want to give anything away about the shows because I want everyone to, I want to try to keep this much as spoiler free as I can because I don't want everyone to, go and be surprised and everything. But yeah, you got to definitely check out the entertainment options that they'll have. They have really good entertainment. Like I say, even Celestia Park has like original entertainment for that area, which is great. Like how they have I know they had like a band playing. They were really good and great musicians all around. Like I said, back to Burke, but of course, Toothless, and of course, dragons are everywhere. You can meet Hiccup, Astrid, Rough Nut, and Tough Nut. Like I said, all the characters from the films are there, and it's just great. Like I said, you're gonna love How to Train Your Dragon. It's gonna definitely be another very populated area. It feels like all these areas is gonna be very busy. Like this park is really gonna probably be insane. It's like I have a feeling like because I always say like there's different type of crowd levels. There's Disney crowd level and there's Universal crowd level. I think this park will have a Disney crowd level, which is really high. Of course, Universal can really have high crowds as well, especially during Halloween Horror Nights. But yeah, the entertainment is excellent, like I said, and there's still. I didn't get to see, of course, everything yet because there's still stuff being worked out until the park opens. So we'll probably get to see more later on when I go back. Then, so yeah, let's go on to the next topic. All right, so the next topic I kind of touch base with, of course, about the merch. Of course, merch is just really cool. They have all different types of merch. A lot of Nintendo stuff. They have the Nintendo areas. Of course, Dark Universe. The only thing about Dark Universe, the store is a little small. It's like I wish it was a little bit bigger. Of course, when you exit, of course, the Monsters and Chain, there is a little gift shop, of course, that you exit through as well. So you can check out all the Universal Monsters merch. So I don't want to say too much because I want you to see it for yourself when you go. Like I said, of course, Harry Potter, like I said, I talked about a little bit. Of course, they have the wands over there. There's traditional, house merch is over there, but there's some new house merch for the houses. So you can check out that. Of course, Isle of Burke has, great, there's a lot of How to Train Your Dragon merch. Just a couple stores. So there's like even that merch is like really incredible. Like I got so far I got two things from from How to Train Your Dragon area with Toothless on it. So that was really cool. I got that. But yeah, the merch is really great. Even the front of the park will have 2 stores. Of course, that's like a generic store, like kind of like the other 2 parks have. Has like, we'll have like literally everything in the store. It's a good way to definitely visit the store before you exit for the day, because it will stay open a little longer. Just like, of course, the other 2 parks, they have the Universal Studio Store and Trading Company at Islands of Adventure. Of course, they'll stay open a little bit longer past park opening, so you can at least get one more souvenir. Of course, you're on your way out, but they'll have everything. There was a Christmas store there as well, so you can, of course, definitely want to get, of course, some Christmas items for Christmas, some ornaments. They do have that there as well, which was really cool. And it was really cool, they actually were making it snow outside. You get to see that, which is really cool. But it was great. Like, the merch is great. Even the original Epic Universe merchandise theme, because like I said, this I think you can get at the hat that I'm wearing. You can get at, of course, the preview center, because they do have Epic merchandise available right now. Of course, at the Epic preview center, of course, at City Walk, and of course there is some merch inside of Trading Company at Islands of Adventure, which is the store at the very front of the park. Universal Studio Store doesn't have it yet, but I'm assuming it will come probably eventually. So we'll have to just keep checking on that. But if you go to, of course, one of the newest hotels like Stella Nova, I heard they do have some of the brand new Epic stuff there as well, which is, I think, some of the merch that was in the park. Just remember seeing pictures of like when people posted it when they were at Stella Nova. So if you always can go over there and get some of the merch a while, and then you have it for when you're all ready to go to Epic Universe. Right. So one more topic I totally forgot to mention it. I should have mentioned it earlier, the beginning of Celestial Park. So before they'll do this, before I do my final thoughts, is Stardust Racers. So Stardust Racers is of course dueling racing roller coaster. Similar, it's like the same type of style, like Velocicoaster, same seats and everything. Let me tell you, I got a couple rides on it now, and let me tell you, I think it is better than Velocicoaster. I love Velocicoaster, don't get me wrong, I do love that ride, but I think that this ride is literally insane and it's crazy, and I think it's better, definitely better than Velocicoaster. Now I would say this, but when it comes to theming, though, I still think I would give the theming to Velocicoaster, because I think I like the theming better, because with dinosaurs and everything. I mean, the theming is great here as well, because it's just like the traditional celestial, space type theming for like Stardust Racers. So, but that's why I think I would give the theming to Velocicoaster as well. Of course, there is a carousel that they do have at Celestial Park as well, which is really cool. It's very unique and different to other traditional carousels, so make sure you head on that if you ever get the chance as well. Alrighty guys, but I'm going to just do my final thoughts. Hopefully I did the best I can. I didn't want, like I said, I don't want to go too much. I want to kind of keep this spoil free and everything, so then when you can visit it for your own, but I'm super excited to eventually share more about Epic Universe in the after park opening. Of course, like I said, it opens on May 22nd, but we are getting closer and closer and closer to that opening day. But if you don't know, of course, tickets have gone on sale, of course, for Epic Universe, like 1 day tickets starting out in June. So if you want to start planning your trips now for one coming to Epic, you can just definitely start doing that. So you can start planning your trip to come, of course, here to Florida, and plan to come to Epic Universe, because it will be Universal's newest theme park and their 4th theme park. But my final thoughts on it is just, like I said, Epic is really, truly epic. It's like there's so much to do at Epic, so much to see. Really take your time, admire it all. The food is just incredible as well. The entertainment, it's like this park is really on a whole new level, and it's just really great. It's definitely Universal's, I think it's definitely going to be their best theme park, and I think a lot of people will agree that this park is literally insane, and it's just crazy. It's just everything about it's just great. Even it's like a beautiful park. One thing I do want to keep in note, though, that I want to say though about it, of course, Epic, that just keep in mind that, of course, this is a brand new theme park. So out on Celestial, there's not a whole lot of trees yet, because, of course, trees have to plant and grow. So just prepare. It's definitely out, of course, in the Celestial area, the main park. it will be very sunny. So I can see, like, there's some days, like, I definitely brought a water bottle with me because you will get thirsty. I would say make sure you hydrate and drink water, Gatorade, Powerade, all those things, because you don't want to pass out, of course, especially in this hot Florida sun. And I just feel like it will be hot, so just keep that in mind, because that's how it is. Like when definitely summer, like when I go to like Hershey Park, Chocolate Town is like 5 years old, but there's not too much shade still yet because it's still, you know, growing with all those trees and everything. So it's going to be the same, you know, type of feeling here, where everything has to grow and everything you have to get used to. And one thing I forgot to say to you about Celestial Park, that of course the pathways are really nice and really wide, so that would, you know, definitely help with crowd control. How much space, you know, you like, there's really wide open paths, which is great. So that will definitely come in handy first when the park gets really, really busy. But alrighty, everyone, well, I hope you enjoyed this video today. Let me talk about Epic Universe. Like I said, I'm super excited. I do have another day. I'm going to be going to Epic again. I'm super excited to go back again. And like I said, once, of course, you know, I can share more, I will definitely share more. But till then, like I said, there was strict, you know, no photos, no videography, no policy right now. So we have to wait. And I definitely want to, you know, respect that, of course. So, but like I said, definitely you can start seeing some photos. I'm sure, like Universal, like, of course, on this video, I showed some videos that, of course, or photos that Universal did show that they did release. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till then, guys, I'm JVH, and of course, until the next adventure, I'll see you guys real soon. I'll see you. Bye bye.